welcome to Into the Shadows of Dreams with myself and Kay. What's up, Kay? What's going on?
Hello.
Guys, we're going to be diving deep into our dreams tonight. So hopefully you guys are ready. You got your popcorn. You're ready to sit by, get your notebooks out, write down some of the things that we're talking about when it comes to your dreams. Guys, remember, the more detailed you are, the better we can look at the dream. So even if it's something that you don't feel is, oh, that doesn't seem important, it is important. Make sure that you guys are putting down everything. Even if it's, I was standing up, I was sitting down, it was raining, the sky was blue, the sky was purple, the sky was pink. Anything that you guys can do to provide us with more information. I was talking to a person. Does that person sound familiar to you? So we're going to dive into all that and much more. So we're looking forward to talking to all of you guys about your guys' dreams. If you guys would like a more in-depth one, we will definitely go there with you guys. Make sure you guys check out the donation list and make sure you hit the dream button because it is important. All right, I see everybody saying hey and hello, and we got some hearts here. Hey guys, how's everybody doing?
Hello,
Hello,
hello.
Lexi with hello, beautiful people. Well, hello, and she says she loves your nightgown, Kay.
It's snuggy. This is a robe. We chose robes today, but Journey has a hood, so he wins.
I win. I got.
He has a hood.
I got
So
the.
I know you guys couldn't see it, but he wins because he wins the Comfy Cozy Award. But
Yes,
this is snuggy.
it does. It looks great and very comfortable. So I'm very excited to see that one in person here soon.
No.
No, that's coming. All right, guys, make sure we're getting those. The hood is such a
The
vibe.
hood is such an Audrey's in a robe too.
Yes, good.
Guys, this is our nighttime. We like to be in PJs and ready to chill. Curly Girl says, love the matching Sherpa. I believe that's the name of the fabric.
Yes. Oh, sorry, that was part of a dream. All right, so guys, we've got dreams rolling in. So guys, make sure you guys are giving us as much detail. We will ask some questions as we're going through. Guys, do know that dreams there are many states of dreams. There are many different types of dreams. We all know the two basics where you're just dreaming or is it a nightmare. So those we know about. We also have anxiety dreams. We have desire
dreams.
We have daydreams. There are a lot of different things that happen to us. There are a lot of different things that we go through in our lives. And sometimes it just is a little bit harder to wrap our heads around because dreams are symbolism. We don't dream direct, we dream in symbolism. So
many layers to a dream.
Absolutely. And something that I don't know if anybody caught last week where we were talking to a person about their dreams and they didn't even realize that the house plants within the dream was not house plants, but the people that were represented in their lives, and basically that they are root bound, meaning they don't do things on their own. And so that was the way that symbolism came through. Really blew the person's mind. And it shocked them because all these things are things that we have going on in our lives. So our dreams are to help us process and I know there are people out there that are like, oh, well, I don't remember my dreams or I don't dream. The thing is that you do dream. The thing about dreams when you don't remember them is that you comprehended them and you no longer need to remember that because you've already comprehended the message that was intended for you in the first place.
It's energy. Energy says, oh, it's Journey and Kay. Time to dream.
Absolutely.
Hi, Energy.
Yeah. All right. And Bunny says, love the ready for bed attire. Welcome to the Dream Show. All right. You got to fit the part. It's we're all getting ready for bed and we're talking about dreams. And guys, I really recommend that everybody keep a dream journal beside your bed because the longer you sit with a dream, the harder it is to remember the dream.
Yeah, for sure. And some dreams have those visions and there's things you see. I see a lot in my dreams. I see a lot in my visions.
We all have cell phones. We can record our messages too. We can tell the dream to ourselves.
Yep.
So I love doing that. I love explaining the dream and telling myself the dream. Then I can kind of dissect it later. It's absolutely amazing. says, "Oh my God, it's my dream." Nearly all the My Second Connection crew is here. Absolutely. All right. So I know Squirrel will be on her way. It's that time. So all right, because she loves, it's her favorite show is The Dream. She can't believe how much information we can tap into by just your dreams. And the dreams are allowing us to get a peek at the inner works of how things are being accepted by you as a person and what you're going through in your life. And sometimes we don't recognize how people are affecting us in our daily lives. That's why our dreams come through, because they're trying to get you to understand this person may be toxic or this situation may be toxic. There are a lot of things. Audrey says, first time on the dream show. Absolutely. That's because it was at midnight. So
We've moved. We've
we,
moved up.
we've been moving up. Some shows are going on their seasonal break. Some shows are being moved around to different time and places. We've got some people on vacation across the world. We've got some people that had to take care of some personal business. So it's just the shows are moving around. So we've got new people coming in, guys. So get ready for that. There's so much ahead. And I can't wait to see what else we have in store, because we've got a lot coming our way.
Oh, yeah.
So
And if
much
you guys are new here, your first time here, we do have a donation link if you guys want to guarantee your dream get interpreted tonight. And we get really detailed on here.
Absolutely, sure do. And it'll jump you ahead of everybody else. So, all right. And we'll go ahead and post that one more time so everybody's got it. That way.
I love how they're giving us our green and our blue hearts. You guys are warming my spirit tonight.
Love, love, love it. All right. So, are we ready to get this party started?
I'm ready. I'm excited.
All right, let's start off with our first dream. Okay, you are starting us off. Here we go.
All right, who do we have? All right, we have Gemma. Hello, Miss Gemma. Gemma says, with my op being on Friday, as you can imagine, I've been having some wild dreams. Nearly every day, I've been dreaming about my abusive ex, him being nice, or I'm forced to go back to him. Okay, which I really don't want to do. A few of my exes have died, nothing to do with me. Okay. All right, rest in peace. Black Widow over here. I dreamt of one yesterday. He was in a bar. We didn't talk, but he was light blue, looked underwater and worried me. So this is one of the ex. This is another ex. Okay. Gemma, I walked past where he was sitting and he just looked at me and that was it. All right. So Gemma, correct me if I'm wrong here. So you dreamed of two different exes. There was one ex who was the abusive ex, and the other ex is the one who was sitting there who looked blue. All right, because I just want to double check on that because that could have a lot more to do with certain things. However, here, feeling being forced, being stuck, being trapped, especially with someone who was abusive, which we think manipulation. When we think manipulation, we think that person has more than likely a certain level of control over you, also because they're abusive. So that breeds what? Fear. Fear comes from what? Anxiety. And so here we go, and we reduce this all back down to a very much so anxiety written dream. Some of the things that you think of your worst case scenarios, right? It would be very easy to have the dream of, oh, my operation goes bad, right? That'd be a very easy dream to have. But we're here diving a little bit deeper because your fears, your anxieties, they're all rooted from a lot of other things. So I feel like, one, you have very trauma-based reactions with certain dreams, very traumatic, PTSD-like dreams that you have. I think that the operation already brings a lot of anxiety, and when we have that certain level of pressure already there, and then we add anything else to it, right? It just bubbles everything over. So I bet even in your waking day, you've been feeling a lot more anxious. I bet even in your waking day, there's been situations where you haven't felt the most secure or stable right now. When we get to, if this is another X, if this is a second X, or even if this is the same one, we're kind of shifting into that different scene and you not really having the certainty of what they're doing there. What do they want from you? The blue stands out to me very much so. Obviously, because I think auras, I think chakras, I think throat chakra, right? Blue. I think there's some issues with you being able to express yourself or feeling like you can safely express yourself or speak up for yourself. We're going to go and trace back again to the fact that you're feeling like you had to be in a certain environment, or this person was just coming back around who, had done some horrible things to you. A lot of this, though, everything brims back down to just the fact of there's anxiety, and now we're pressing in all these other things, and they are coming very heavy in your dreams to just scenarios that you have familiarity to. Okay. I would just recommend you kind of tending to your self-care. That may help with you having such anxiety related dreams of any sort. But also making sure that you're taking care of your your mental health here, right? Because that's also seeming very present in your dream. All right, I hope that helps, and pass over to Journey.
All right. So, Gemma, taking a look at your dream, I'm going to bring that back up here. And, you were talking about your operation. So, anxiety's already at play here. So, right off the bat, we got the anxiety at play. So, your wild dreams, definitely not something that is surprising here because your mind's going 1,000 miles a minute. Nearly every day, I've been dreaming about my abusive ex, mostly being nice, or I'm forced to go back with him. Something you don't want to do, don't really want to do that. That's not like a premonition saying that you're going to be back with your ex. So take that, throw it out of your mind. A few of my exes have died. Nothing to do with you, thank God for small miracles, huh? And she says, I dreamt one yesterday. He was in a bar. We didn't talk, but he was light blue and looked underwater, worried me. And then she said, I walked past and there he was sitting and he just looked at me and that was that. Okay. So Gemma, with that situation going on, it's not just about, it's not really about your ex, but here's the thing. You have the mind of surgery it's what's on your brain, it's what's heavy, what's riding hard on your mind. So what's happening here is that you're kind of going through your life. It's almost like you have this anxiety, like I'm gonna die, and that's that mentality. That's the way you're thinking. But in reality, is like you should be okay. The blue is definitely a calming. There's tranquility. You were talking about the throat chakra, or Kay was talking about the throat chakra, not being able to speak what you feel. And so you kind of like, we kind of, when we go through something major, we kind of live our past all over again. So in your mind, these people have popped up and now you're trying to process why the hell were they there? Why are they still there? And the only way that you're going to be able to see these people is if you cross to the other side. So basically what they did is allowed you to process that. Say, okay, I'm not ready to go, so I'm going to see them in my mind. I'm going to dream about them. And the aggression, you were talking about the aggression. That's the fear. That's the PTSD. So this is someone that you recognize that was abusive. This is something that your fear is triggering your PTSD. So your anxieties are taking you down so many different avenues right now. So you going through your past, your history, you're finding yourself at a place like, oh, well, that's not exactly what I wanted. This is not what I want. Why am I dreaming this? Because you're going through all the things that you've been through. You are subconsciously fearful, and it is throwing everything at you. And it's like, look at your whole life. Have you ever heard I got so scared my life flashed before my eyes? You're doing that right now to yourself. Your life is flashing before your eyes, except for it's in your dream state, because there's no need for you to be as fearful as you are. Yes, surgeries are, risky. They all are, no matter how common they can be. But you're putting too much on this. And I feel as though that You need to stop watching things, stop watching the horror stories when it comes to operations, because I really think you're freaking yourself out. So you have to calm down. And that blue light is, they were trying to tell you to calm down. That's what I get with the blue, that blue glow that was around them. And just something that you need to really focus on is find your inner peace, calm down. They're just letting you know, hey, when your time comes, we'll be waiting. But today's not that day. Tomorrow's not it either. Just do what you got to do, but calm down. Calm down. Don't keep putting yourself through these stresses. The reason why you didn't accept this dream is because you are not calming down. You're still hyper focused on everything, and everything seems to be based around this surgery. Everything seems to be based on that. And that's where all your fear, your anxieties are coming from, and it is keeping you from moving forward. So, based off this dream, complete anxiety. This is a complete anxiety dream. It has no extra meaning. So I hope that helps, because our anxiety.
Anxiety dreams suck.
Oh yeah, because you can wake up exhausted, wore out, feeling fatigued. You just, we don't realize how much pressure we put on ourselves.
Yeah, for sure. But keep your head up, and definitely, I tell you, taking care of yourself just through the day, that self care, I mean, it really helps in your dream state.
Bunny says anxiety is the worst. It can be, yes.
Mhm.
But you could also, I've noticed too, because I have anxiety. I have to, find my ways to calm down. But anxiety can be, as much as it's bad for you, you could also use that same anxiety and use it in a positive way. As a matter of fact, that anxiety, that fear, that adrenaline that we get from those anxieties were actually instincts for when predators were coming, that we would have the energy to bolt or defend ourselves, or have the strength in order to protect ourselves. So anxiety, when it pops up, is your instant understanding of, I need to protect myself. But are you a person who gets scared easy? Are you a person who likes things? Now, this happens to Virgos, Capricorns. They have more anxiety than any other sign in the zodiac,
I agree with this.
more than any other sign in the zodiac. I
Because
would
we
say
think too
right
much. We
now, the process of thinking, you guys live in that world of, what about this? What about this? If that, if that, if this, if
worst case scenario at all times.
you guys want to know how to spell hell, it's called what if. That is hell. That is straight up hell.
The truth.
He says, laugh out loud, getting me scared when my house creaks a little bit. Capricorn cusp. Yep. Lexi says, not me. Out here watching horror movies and giving myself anxiety. And Emma says, I'm a Capricorn moon, so I can relate. Absolutely. Curly's over there laughing. And then Bunny's laughing at Lexi. And then Audrey, she says, oh, Virgo.
There it goes.
And I am a Cancer, but I have 4 planets in Virgo. So I know what that feels like. So I have to thank God for the Cancer part of me, because it's like, calm the calm the fuck down, sit down, stop it, stop it. And it will keep smacking me until I stop it. So thank God for the Cancer side of me, because if I didn't have that, I'd be out of it. Energy says Capricorn rising. I do my best, worst, and middle case scenario. She says it's so tiring.
It's literally the most exhausting thing in your life. And then my rising's Libra, and I consider Libras the Hufflepuffs. And
Yes,
like
yes.
if you get Harry Potter, you got that just now.
Sorry, that was good. That was really good. All right, guys, we're gonna keep it going. We're gonna head over to our next stream. I'm starting off with the next stream here. We've got Audrey. Audrey says, "So if I can ask, I think An unrested spirit visited me a few nights ago. I had his ashes at my house. In my dream, he got on top of me. He was full of rage, and his spirit had a light blue glow outlining his body. Was very curious if that means something. Not sure if it was who I'm thinking it was. Okay, so Audrey, with that being the case, you're unsure, you're unsettled with the situation. I need to know, did the energy feel familiar to you? Did this person feel familiar? Do you feel like that, because a part of you says, I think this is the person whose ashes I had in my house, and then the other part of you is like, I don't know if it was this person. So I get a lot of confusion. So with that being said, I'm going to talk about the circumstances going on in your life currently. Now, what you said, an unrestless spirit. Trust me, if you had an unrestless spirit in your house, it would still be there. It would still be haunting you, and you'd be asking me or Kay how much a plane ticket would cost in order for us to get that shit out of your house. So she says, not personally, but I think it was David. Okay, so I can't confirm that because I'm not picking that up, so I can't confirm that because this is in a dream, so it doesn't have the same effect in the dream. Now, the spirit that you felt that was in your house, I'm going to tell you this, and you're going to be like, "What? That was not a spirit in your house. That was you. The things happening at your house was not a spirit." Again, I repeat myself, Audrey. That was your energy exiting your body because you have not been able to release it. She goes, he was haunting the house. I have pics. This is not, I don't know what pictures you have, but that whatever spirit came in the other day was not a spirit, honey. And she put, oh, lovely. That was you. That is your untrained energy. That is your anxieties. Those were your angers. Those were your fears. There's so much going on within you right now. You've heard of people who have telekinesis. Those who are so much under pressure or feeling so stressed have that same capability, but it's uncontrolled and they don't know how to tap into it. You don't know how to tap into it and it's uncontrolled. You've got too much pressure on you. Those spirits that you're taking pictures of or the pictures that you have, I don't believe that it was David because I'm not getting David. And you know, I'm a medium. I'm not getting David. It was definitely someone else and it was unfamiliar to you, but that's not what was in your house. You drew things to you, you got something's attention, but the things happening within your house, haunting the house, was you. I get that you're under a lot of pressure and a lot of stress. So, in this dream, I'm going to go back to it real quick. In the dream, you said that they were holding you down and there was rage, but you couldn't recognize it. The thing about it is that you thought it was somebody else. It was almost as though that's what you were expecting. You were expecting it to be somebody else. You were not expecting it to be yourself. What I picked up with that is that being held down is you not getting the chance to be you. You not speaking the way you need to speak, being judged for things that shouldn't be anybody's judgment but your own. You know, you are being kind of trapped. And she says, "Yeah, I had a thought to look and to the right and I saw the chair rock and then I looked straight again and a male was on top of me and I think he was trying to strangle me. I kept yelling stop." She put, yeah, well, what you're saying is absolutely true. Also with the blue, this is also going to represent that chakra, that throat chakra. This is going to not being able to speak, not being able to get things out. I know Kay's back there probably like, shut up, Journey, that's my shit. So um, the thing is that what's happening with you is that you feel smothered. So that strangle that you're feeling is you being smothered. You're not being allowed. We're gonna shut you up. kind of energy. And that's what everybody's doing. You're not allowed to express, you're not allowed to talk about your feelings, you're not allowed to, no one's hearing you. And you're screaming, stop. But what you're saying out loud is, I need this to stop. I cannot live like this. And no one's hearing you. Or they're not, she says, I definitely feel trapped and I can't speak my truth. And she says, nope, I'm not. I'm in the wrong. The thing is that that's what's being programmed in your head. You are wrong. You are wrong. Guess what? At the end of the day, is anybody else living your life? Absolutely not. You need to be able to speak your truth. You need to be able to speak your feelings, because if you're not allowed to speak your feelings or get perspective of how you feel, then if there are any type of resolutions to the situation, they will not be heard. You will feel trapped, and the next time it will be worse. So people need to let you speak out what you feel. She put, apparently, yeah, I only live for others. No, you don't. No, you don't. That's what narcissists say. Don't let the narcissist take control, okay? Don't let them control you. Don't let, that's what these dreams are. And I'm going to tell you right now, they're going to get more intense. Mm-hmm. The dreams are going to get more intense if you are not allowed to be heard. That means fully being allowed to speak everything, whether they agree with it or not. You need to be able to speak what is on your chest, or you will continue to get strangled. But this time in the dream, you won't make it. The dream, the abuse, everything will get worse until you explode in your waking life. And when you explode in your waking life, everything that you've had in that dream, building up that anxiety, is going to add to the intensification of what you're already feeling in your waking life. It is definitely too much. She says that's just what happens if I speak for myself. You got to tell them to stop and hear you out. She says they've been so intense. And she put, laugh out loud. But I want you to know, you need that chance to speak it out. If there are any type of ways or any type of if they want to resolve the issue, they need to stop running their mouths and start listening with their ears and hearing you out so you can express how you feel. So this way you can solve an issue if it is an issue to be solved. But you can't solve anything if you can't speak what you're feeling. And you're being drowned out by everybody. So you need to tell them, either listen to me fully and stop interrupting me, or don't hear me at all and get out of my face. I don't care if it's your mom, your grandma, your kids, your man. They need to hear you out. If they want to see what the issue is, they need to stop telling. Never tell a Virgo they're wrong. They will not stop. The brain does not stop, because they will find the answer. Every time you tell a Virgo to stop, they will continue. Speak your truth, speak it out so it can be heard. That way you can find a resolution to your situation. Okay? But you need to get everybody to hear you out. And I honestly don't believe that it needs to be everybody. I feel like you need to talk to the person that you need to talk to. And you need to be able to have that one-on-one. You want that resolution? You want that resolution? You want to fix things? You have to have that conversation. But you've got to hear them out too. Okay? But you need to speak what is needed to be spoke for you. Okay? That's what these dreams are about. That's why you're having this nightmare. That's why you feel like you're being strangled, because people keep telling you no. And when they're telling you that you're wrong. So rather than being told that you're wrong, how about you hear me out? We can discuss it, and then we can work on the problems. It's very simple to fix a problem. But if you're allowing that to be closed, you're not going to be able to talk your problem. You're going to do what you feel is best, and you'll end up avoiding that situation entirely. So have the communication. Get it off your chest. so you can get some actual sleep. She says, yep, for months now, I'm just being silent again. It's not about being silent. You can't fix problems with silence. You need to be able to talk to the person that the situation's about. And but that person also has to be able to allow you to communicate and then hear you out fully, not allowing, and don't let outside influence bother you. Don't take advice from everybody else. You need to be able to speak how you feel, hear how that person speaks about how they feel, so you guys can find that common ground, so you can find that peace. She says, I can't fix them speaking either, laugh out loud. It's not that you need to fix their speaking, it's that they need to hear you out. That means they don't talk while you're speaking, as to when they go to speak, you sit and listen. See, the only way you guys are going to work anything out is if you guys are speaking with each other, but hearing each other as well. Speaking is only part of it. Listening is the harder part. All right, I'm going to pass you over to Kay. I just like dived deep in that. There was a lot going on there, but I'm going to hand it over to Kay.
Yeah, crumbs. Okay. Can I get the dream back up though? Let's take it from the top.
Absolutely. Let's go to the top.
Take it from the top. Okay, so if I can ask, I think an unrested spirit visited me a few nights ago. I still had his ashes at my house. In my dream, he got on top of me. He was in a full rage, and his spirit had a light blue glow outlining his body. Was very curious if this means something. Also not sure if it's who I think it was. Okay, so instant energy that I had, even when I read your dream initially, my throat almost felt like it was just gone. Okay. The empath was empathing. And I got to say, you, my lovely, are an untrained empath. We could talk about it all day, but I'm going to tell you, you should look that up. You've got to get control of your abilities, my love, because I think that they're affecting you. No less. Ashes and things like that are very heavy to have, as far as it goes in regards to spirits and things. Okay. Ashes can not only call upon that spirit, but other spirits to kind of come around as well. So you're kind of welcoming kind of a bit of an open playground. So you kind of want to be careful with those. I feel like the spirit that you were kind of seeing, especially because it was like this shadow, I feel like there's a sense, Audrey said, yeah, he was screaming, but no words came out. I feel like there's some things here that you've kind of started to dive into, and I feel like there are things that you genuinely are seeing or feeling and are having that are kind of happening. And I think your dreams are kind of part visions for you, because I get that same thing. But the thing is I feel like there's so much holdback, like you would be able to see more, but it's like you're also afraid of seeing more. Whenever we're being held back, held down, right? We feel trapped. What do? We panic. So there's a lot that goes into that too, that fight or flight, fight, flight, freeze. And even in your waking life, you're freezing because, you were just saying that you're just letting things go. Everybody just, speaks over you. You're just not saying anything anymore. You're freezing. Huh? This is an anxiety related reaction. She said, my daughter's friend brought her friend's ashes here. He committed suicide. Even heavier. Imagine how heavy that is. So, and you're an empath. You're absorbing, you're a sponge, you're a human sponge. Okay. Audrey says, yeah, I am. I tried that spirit writing and I spelled sentences. I freaked out. Here's the thing. And this is for anybody, not just you, Audrey, but for anybody. If you're going to start choosing to take the dive into your spirituality, you can't run from it. You can't fear it. Okay, because those messages are still going to come, whether you're ready or not, except for they're going to be more and more aggressive. And Journey will tell you that too.
Oh, yeah.
You don't want to run from it. If there's something that you need to face, You need to face it. If there's things you need to change in your waking life, and I mean, this is clear. We see that, right? You do. You've got to start handling those things. You have to speak up for yourself. She says, "Oh, I know. Trust me, we all had to go through this too." Uh, but that shadow you're seeing, that's the hidden aspects of yourself. I feel like there's a lot of avoidance and a disassociation that's happening. Um, these are all very much so. It's again, it goes back to anxiety, it goes back to PTSD, it goes back to even the shutdown that you're having, very much so untrained empath. You got to get control of your energy, my love. And I'm not sure of all the other things that Journey was talking about that he was saying, but it seems very much so, again, no control over your abilities, no control over yourself, no control over what's happening in your present life. So if you have no control in any of those things, there's no way in hell you're going to have it in your dream life. So I would say you want to get rooted, you want to get grounded. You want to get all of your chakras cleared out. I think this goes beyond just your throat chakra here, my love. There's so many other things that are kind of screaming out here. You want to get some protection and things up. I see you're saying you're always dissociating. You've got to get grounded. Okay. Your dreams are going to be, I agree with Journey. Journey was saying, she said, especially driving. I agree with Journey. I'm always dissociating. Yes, I agree. Okay. I agree with Journey whenever he says that there's, oh, I just lost my thought. Hold on. He got me there. He was saying that there's things here that you need to, just go ahead and face. And you just need to go ahead and say your words and get your piece out. Whether or not people like it or not, either they're going to be there or they're not, right? But you come in this world alone, you're going to go out alone. So you have to stop being the do-gooder for everybody because you can't do everything. Okay. I think there's a lot that you need to really buckle down on in your present life because your dreams are going to haunt you like hell until you start shaking some things up. So if it's not fitting anymore, you need to make those moves. And the other thing is start freeing yourself when you are writing. Free write. That means you don't necessarily have anything specific that you're looking to write down. You're just letting the words flow. I feel like there's just some sort of release that you need to have, and that'll help ease your mind up, and it'll stop going into overdraft overnight in your dreams. But there's a lot of fear, there's a lot of anxiety, and there's a lot of PTSD that screams out in this dream. So you got to get those things together on the home front. All right, my lovely. I hope that helps.
Oh, wow. So when it comes to listening and it comes to communicating, listening is a part of communication. Sometimes we don't want to hear somebody else out. And then sometimes we just want to be the one that talks over them. We need to hear them out fully. And if you're the person that needs to let something out, the person who's hearing you out needs to hear you fully out. And if not, the dreams are going to keep building up because the person shuts down and then they can't get off what's on their chest and the problem can't be resolved. There's always some type of resolution. May not always be what everybody wants it to be, but there's always a resolution. Audrey says, that scared me so bad. I felt the pen move and I wasn't doing it. Welcome to automatic writing.
Yeah, I think the thing here, we have to remove fear from our mindset. Fear means that you have the capability of failing in a sense of a way, right? What is it that you're afraid of? What is it that can break you down? What is it that you're afraid of? Because if you're truly saying you're believing in spirit, you're believing in, whatever direction that is trying to take you, whatever you've been, that you have your hopes and your desires to, then that means you're surrendering yourself to that as well. Demons. Well, what demons? What is your idea of a demon though? You know what I mean? Because I think that also gets very commonly misconstrued too.
Even Energy said there's a difference between hearing words and really listening to the true meaning behind them.
Absolutely.
But the thing is that when you said demons, you're automatically putting fear in the fact that you have, okay, I have this gift, and the very first thing, that's like me picking up a deck of tarot or me doing a mediumship, and the first thing I'm thinking of is, I'm going to talk to a demon. No, you've got to get that Christian built Catholic, all the other ones that everything's evil because someone doesn't understand something doesn't make it evil.
Mm-hmm.
She says, I don't know. I've been attacked before a lot in my past. But the thing is that are you going into that mindset with the idea of a demon coming through or that you're going to be attacked? Because all you're doing is drawing it to you rather than keeping it at bay by putting up a protection of some kind.
I've got to stand to ask if you're feeling like you're being attacked, right? What is the surroundings? What else is going on that is even making something open to attacking you? Because again, we have to carry a certain level of protection on ourselves, especially if you are choosing to, I don't care who you are. If you're moving ashes into your house or you have anything like that, you've got to have a certain level of protection and things like that up. So just, if these things are haunting you, I've got to ask what else is going on. She says, I hope not, LOL, just both that dream and the automatic writing thing did not feel good at all.
That's a lot of fear and anxieties that are going on in your daily and your regular life that you need to, like we were talking about, get that communication out. But that goes both ways. That's not communication and not listen. You need to listen too, so you can hear what that person's saying. So some of these things that are being shown in your dream can have answers, and that will help eliminate a lot of that. But that person that brought ashes into your house, they definitely brought, that connection. If someone is keeping someone earthbound and carrying ashes around and bringing them into your house,
Someone who committed suicide, that's a heavy energy.
The reason I don't feel that David was actually there, and I think that you caught the attention of something else, is that 9 times out of 10, when someone has committed suicide, they're reborn. I've seen it numerous times. I've been the medium for 25 years, and every time I've seen when someone harms themselves and has passed from it, they are reborn. Audrey says she is not okay now. She lost her mind also. That's terrible.
That's awful. I'm so sorry to hear that.
I am. Well, Audrey, thank you so much for that. We do appreciate your dream. And she put interesting. Exactly. I've seen it many, many times. I've seen people where they've committed suicide, and the family members of those who have crossed had said they've been reborn. So it's kind of like where people are like, oh, if you harm yourself like that, you're going to hell. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're not going to hell for that. You just, well, I guess depends on what you call hell, because you just go back to Earth and another body and have to start all over again. So
that might be a version of hell.
Might be your own personal hell. It's a version of your own personal hell. But it doesn't mean that you're going to hell and that you're a bad person, or you're going to be stuck here on this earthly plane and you're never going to find peace or rest. And she put, okay, well, I'm going to donate here in a few because I have another dream. Okay. All right. Well, we've got more dreams to attend to. Are we ready for the next one?
Let's do it.
All right, let's do it.
Right. Let's see who we have. We have Bunny. Hello, Bunny. Bunny says, I have been having dreams for once. In this dream, someone is talking to me and I'm having a conversation with them. However, I do not know if I know the person. I don't know what these dreams are. Any idea? Okay, several questions. Has this been more than one dream with the same person, same place, same whatever? Some context. Here we go. I do think it's a male, but it does not feel like a person I know. And usually we are laughing and talking about something around us is usually just cloudy, white, and blue, or by the water. This feels more like this is someone who's coming to give you either peace or wisdom. This may be, you may be being visited here by more than likely a spirit guide of some sort. I get a lot of your own energy in this. Yeah, I do get your, male, is what you're saying. But I mean, just there's a lot of your energy, your presence that seems to be in there. The conversations that you're having, that lightness, that ease, the fun, I feel like that's something that you mirror as what you want to have, kind of in that later context, in your present life too. Just having that time to, it almost feels like, it feels very stress free, relaxed. Like I bet your energy when you wake up doesn't feel so out of whack. Even in the dream, it feels like I'm almost picking up more of a sense of calmness. So I think that there's a lot of this here where you just kind of had someone who, or something, some being of some sort that kind of was just kind of your confidant, someone who you could let your hair down with and not feel judged. Because that also feels like a big thing too here, is having this person who just, you don't necessarily have any attachments to, who's not going to look at you any kind of way, and you can just freely kind of be loose, be free. There's the laughing, the talking, the fun. So I get a lot here that this is someone who, it almost feels like this is your release place, especially if this is a dream that you're having more recently, because you said you haven't had dreams in a while. So when you have more recently, I feel like there's something there with you just kind of needing that mental break, that mental ease. I also like how you said how you guys are sitting there and the sky is just blue and there's only a couple of clouds, and I mean, even that is that tranquility. um Journey was actually talking about it during the first stream, kind of that calm, that peace. So there's a lot of almost relaxation that seems to go through this. She says it feels episodic, like every night is a new conversation, but a similar scenario: blue sky, clouds, conversation, and laughing. But I also will hear the same voices. I'm falling asleep sometimes. I do want less stress overall. I'm telling you, this really feels like a spirit guide to me, spirit connection. And you are a practitioner too. So sometimes I have dreams with mine too, but this really feels, it feels like such a connection to your own energy, that this person, though unfamiliar in, face to you, it's familiar in spirit. That's why you're able to be so comfortable with them. But yeah, that's what I get out of that. I hope that helps. I'll go ahead and pass over to Journey.
All right. So let's take a look at Bunny's dream here. So she said that she had a dream that she was talking with somebody, talking to me, having conversation with them. However, I do not know the person. I don't know what these dreams are. Any idea? And then she said, some context. I do think it's a male, but it doesn't feel like a person I know. And usually we're laughing and talking about something around us that's usually just a cloudy white and blue, or by the water. Okay, so by the water, looking at the sky, we're going into the blue, we're going into um, finding that peace, finding that tranquility. So we're going to go with that. But the person I believe that you're having these conversations, she put, I can only wonder if my Uncle Terry, he taught me how to accept myself before I became a practitioner. He told me I need to become a practitioner like he was. Okay, so I don't believe that the person, and the reason why you don't have that familiarness with them, it is more along the lines that the reason there is that feeling, that unfamiliar feeling, is this is more of a guide, not someone you physically knew. This is not a person that you met face to face. So this is what I'm saying here, is that this is basically an untapped mediumship energy. And you going to this person and having these conversations, and it's daily or it's like episodes, and you're laughing and they're trying to bring your spirits up because of the stress that's dulling you down. It is, this energy is trying to communicate with you and allow you to, because you're not paying attention to it in your waking life. The only way you're paying attention to it is your dream life. So this is more along the lines of you getting conversation with your own spiritual guide saying, hey, pay attention, lighten your load, laugh a little bit, speak your mind, stop being scared of yourself, stop worried about what hides behind every corner. You know, start being honest with yourself is what I got. So, and I feel as though that you're telling yourself certain things that may not be true. So if you're telling yourself a lie, then trying to go out and get everybody else to speak their truth, you're feeling some type of way. So if you're like being pushed to do something and you just agree with something, that is not truly how you felt. You're lying to yourself. So you know what I'm saying? You can't lie to you. That's the one thing you can't do. You can try to trick yourself as much as you want, but you can't lie to yourself because you know the truth either way. You either know you're telling yourself a lie or you know that you're telling yourself the truth, but you cannot lie to yourself. You are the one person that you can't lie to is you. And she put, I see what you mean. I do keep a lot. I do I do that a lot to keep peace. Whose peace? Because clearly you're not getting none. Who the hell's peace? Sometimes you just gotta walk the hell away. Peace or no peace. Speaking your piece may help you find peace. She says, clearly not mine, laughed my ass off. Right. You're not speaking your piece. Get yourself out of this funk. It is not healthy for you. When you need to speak up, find a way to say it, but get your words out. You don't have to be mean about it. There's always a thing called delivery. Now, knowing me, when I get upset about something, I don't come at you guns ablazing. I try to have conversation with you. I try to see people's perspectives. You know that one on one with me, Bunny. You've seen it happen when people have done things and I've gone to them and had that one on one conversation with them, and you see me keep that maintain that balance. I still got my point across without ripping their head off. You can do the same thing. It's all about the way you deliver, but you need to get your shit out. And don't lie to yourself because lying to yourself ain't doing you no good. It's keeping you from having peace. She goes, I will try. My delivery needs work. Needs works. Yeah. And says I'm a bit ruthless, and that's a work in progress. Take a moment to breathe. Count back from 10. If that doesn't work, do it again. If that doesn't work, go to 20. Calm yourself down. Find that calm mind to be able. You want power? You want to have real power? It's all about delivery. Being able to take that power. If you tell everybody, oh, yeah, you want to be strong, you want to be strong like me, you have to have the power. So if you can't control yourself, how the hell are you going to control the situation? How are you going to be able to deliver shit? You need to be able to control you, how you conversate, because the way you deliver it will make the other person talk more. And that way you can find the peace. So you can take care of anything that's going on. She goes, I will start some walks. If walks is what works for you, go for it. All right. All right.
I wrote down a quote.
Oh, what did you write down?
To go with what you were saying. So say what you mean and mean what you say, but don't be mean when you say it.
Exactly. There you go. Perfect. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. All right. All right. So we just got a few more minutes here. So we're
Wow.
I know this flies by. There's so much to talk about. So many people with dreams. It's uncanny. It's crazy how fast this show just flies by. Guys, I hope you're enjoying the show so far. I know you just went first, but I'm going to need you to go first so I can take care of something real quick.
I'm here to do it for you.
All
Let's
right.
go. Curly Girl says, I've been looking forward to this live. Yay! Thank you. Thank you. All right. Let's see what that's going on. Well, guys, I'm pretty excited. This is our first 10 o'clock slot. And so I'm excited for us to come back here again next week. And of course, tomorrow, Journey's on at 10 for regular readings. So if you guys want to get regular readings, don't forget 10 p.m. Journey Ride Live. And of course, guys, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel because we have daily, weekly, and monthly content that comes out. Okay. All right, we got Curly Girly. Curly Girly says, my dream, I was married to a man I hated, a toddler I didn't want, and wanting to terminate my pregnancy with a second baby. Scary. I'm actually single, no kids, but want some in the future. Thought. Okay. One thing I'm curious about is how present was this dream? Because there seems like all of this sounds very chaotic. So it sounds like this may have happened either during a very chaotic time or even kind of warning you of some chaos that's to come. Now, when we think babies, pregnancies, a lot of times that's not what that exactly means. Normally, babies indicate some sort of new beginning or something that may be coming in that may be new in your life. How you're married to someone who you hated. So again, we feel almost trapped. And not only did you have a kid, but there was another kid that also was on the way. So again, feeling like you can't get out of a certain situation. So we're going again to feeling very chaotic. Too much is going on. You having a lack of control. And then even, let's see, she says, I'm about to roll into my 30s and baby fever comes and goes strong. I've always wanted a large family, so this dream and the intensity of my negative feelings kind of frightened me. I want you to throw out the idea that this dream had anything to do with you actually being married with kids. It doesn't, okay? She said some details, I didn't recognize the man, but I was completely disgusted by him and had distaste and annoyance for the little boy. I remember having the biggest stink face towards me and towards them and me being pregnant. Gotcha. Yeah, I don't think that this is anything to do with a reflection of how your marriage is going to go or a reflection of how your pregnancy was going to go. This has a whole lot of chaos that seems to be kind of ensued in it. A lot of uncertainty, nervousness in certain aspects, and then there's a lot of like just fear of the unknown. What I would tell you here with this dream is, again, I kind of feel like this is something that may be hugely based on the surroundings or the time that something was going on in your life with this dream, because you're throwing a whole lot into there. So what was going on that you may have been out of your control? Who around you may have been giving you a certain sense of pressure? Considering there was kind of a male lead that may be here, there may be something that may be geared more towards masculine energy there, but that doesn't exclude a female either. Having that distaste for your child in the dream, right? A lot of times that's a reflection of us. Our children are a reflection of who we are, what we brought up, right? And then you're having another one that you're creating. So there will be a lot of things here where maybe you were feeling like you weren't getting something that was right. You weren't getting something right in your life. She says, this was pretty recent within the last 1 or 2 months, and work is my biggest stressor in a romantic partner. So I said, I didn't feel like this had anything to do with a specific relationship. Nope. So again, when we think about work, there's a lot of factors outside of your control, a lot of moving parts to it, a lot that you can't do much about, things you want to be able to do something about, you wanting to. Nobody just gets into a job and says, oh, I'm just going to do this, because I hate it, right? You get into it because you think there's going to be something good that comes of it. So, just like you're getting into a marriage, just like you were having the kids, you weren't going into it with the idea that these were going to be bad things that happened. You were going into it thinking you were going to have a happy family and a happy marriage. Okay. So I feel like those stressors in that work environment, a lot of things that you couldn't do anything about, and a lot of things that may have been giving you a lot more frustration than anything. The disgust that you had, right? I'm not able to do anything about this. I'm not able to have any control over this. I don't even want to have anything to do with this right now. Right? It's the way your energy was towards your husband, towards your kid, towards the energy, your work environment that you had. Maybe there may have been even other things that could be going on too in your life, but it feels like there's just a whole lot of chaos that you got to figure out and get some relief from too. Um, and on another note, just to touch on how close that is, right? Because you don't have any other relationship, right? The closest thing that you have that you go to every day that you put your time into is what your job, and your job becomes your other relationship. That's what happens. So there's a lot that ties into that, a lot of emotions that are there. But I'll go ahead and pass it over to Journey. I hope that helps.
All right. So, Curly Girl says the dream was married to a man I hated, had a toddler, didn't want, was wanting to terminate my pregnancy with a second boy. Scared. I actually okay. So, actually single, no kids, and I want. Okay, so the thing that I picked up, I have to agree with Kay on a lot of what she said, but also the fact that the job is also a relationship to you. So you have a relationship with your job. You feel tied to your job. You feel married to your job. Okay, so that's what the representation of the marriage is. It is not truly a marriage that you're going to have to fear that you're going to marry some guy that you don't like, but you're married to a job you don't like, and that's causing a problem. And she said, yes, I understand. That was for UK. But you're married to a job that you're not liking right now. There are males in this group that you work with that are acting like toddlers. Your pregnancy is more about giving birth to new ideas rather than actually giving birth to a child. So, what's my new direction? How am I going to take that direction? How can I prepare myself for that direction? Because what happens when you're pregnant? You prepare for a pregnancy. You get things done. You know you know where you want to have the baby. You know what clothes. You know what they call it, the nesting phase, where women get up and they start cleaning the house and they start organizing everything and doing things the way they want it, because when the baby comes, that's the way they want it. Animals do the same thing. They make nests, they find caves, they do whatever they've got to do to prepare themselves for this baby so it'll be protected. What this is a new idea, a new birth, new energy coming your way. She goes, oh, I like that interpretation. Birth to ideas. Exactly. So this is you birthing your new ideas, but how? And it's not ready yet. So you're not full term ready to give birth to this idea, but it is brewing. And this is something you've thought about when it comes to your job. You've been thinking, how do I get the hell out of this? And she put, yes, nesting behavior is 100% real. Absolutely. So the thing about it is that you're exhausted from the job. There are idiots working at the job with you who are acting like toddlers. You're tired of the immature type energy. You're trying to give birth to new ideas. What you don't recognize is that those what you thought were your children are not your children. See, they're attached to you by your ideas, the things that you do. Basically, these are people who take credit for your work. So they're acting like a toddler. So I really feel as though this has more to do with the fact that you're trying to figure out what's your next step. Do I stay working here? How do I deal with the toddler situation? How do I get recognition? Speak your voice. Allow it to be heard. Try to do your best to try to stay out of any other types of drama there. Get your plan put together and allow yourself to relieve yourself from this situation, because you are not tied to it the way that they are making you feel like you are tied to this. This is an unwelcomed marriage. And honey, what happens in marriage if you don't like it? You get divorced. Your new idea is going to be, when you get birth to that new idea, you'll be able to divorce this situation, because your new idea is going to take you bigger and better places, and it's going to move you a hell of a lot further. This is what you're telling yourself. This is what you're afraid to say out loud. This is why you're having these dreams. All right? All right. Sorry I had to jump off like that for a second. I had to take care of something. But someone was trying to get a donated reading, and we're not doing those tonight. So, but they're going to save it for tomorrow. They'll save it for tomorrow. It'll be good.
No worries.
Yes.
10 o'clock tomorrow. Journey Ride
Exactly.
Live.
Girly Girl says, thank you so much. Appreciate you both. Absolutely. Okay, this show just flew by.
It went by quick.
Again, we're over. I don't think we've had a dream show that we actually ended on the time that we're supposed to.
We don't know how to do that. It's not a thing.
Because we got so much to say. Dreams are so interesting. So interesting. And it's just hard to not be able to get it all out there. But even with the information, you see how much information we give you. There's still so much more we didn't even cover.
Go on for a long time.
Exactly. Think about the next time you guys want to come here for a dream. And if you guys didn't get a chance to get a dream sent to us, go ahead and wait for us next week, because we are going to be here again doing the same thing every Wednesday, 10 o'clock. 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 Central. Guys, make sure you guys are tuning in. Don't forget to check me out tomorrow if you want to get a reading. Guys, jump on tomorrow night at 10 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to be doing amazing readings and having some fun with you guys. And let's dive deep. Let's get to let's solve the problems, because we can do it one question at a time. Okay.
Oh, that was cute. That was a good slogan. I like that.
Yeah. We'll solve the problems one question at a time.
One question at a time.
All right.
We love you guys.
We love you guys. We will talk to you guys later, and have a great night. Sleep tight, and don't forget your journals.